Mike has been on all this time. Oh, okay. I was going to say, man, I didn't hear we was out the bed. I didn't hear we was out the bed. We got a whole new production team back there. Oh man, can't help that. Oh. So good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Keith Parris. I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning. When is your actual birthday? Saturday, August 9th. So we brought in some donuts from Cranky Al's for I don't know if Mary Ellen is listening. She yeah, Cranky Al's on 69th and North.
That's the first. Well, I'm gonna go there today. I'm gonna take my wife there today. I've never been there.
I think, you got. I think.
But you say you look like you don't like them.
I ain't say that.
Yeah. Good morning, Byron. Good morning, Clark, Debo, Michelle. And again, let me thank Michelle for yesterday. That really was a last minute, literally last minute situation. And Michelle and the staff here just always steps up. So I thank you all, everybody who covered. But
I just say thank you, but
can we get through one without a shot? Can we get through just one without a shot?
Without a what?
Without a shot.
I don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about?
Yes, because I go and I buy albums.
Debo said that.
No. I heard it.
I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
you did say it.
Debo,
I heard it. I was listening.
Debo did.
And wait a minute, I got witnesses because my niece was sitting there with me. Good morning, Amaris. She was sitting right next to me when because I had it on. Say, hey, I want you to hear, and there it was.
When you were talking about Keith's albums and his collection.
Here comes blind Melagella. I ain't seen nothing. I thought I was blind till I saw you come up in here.
Play back the tape. I mean, but was anything said that was not true?
It wasn't that it wasn't true. It's how it was said. You say it all the time. It's not what you say. It's how you say what you say.
And so you felt like it was said in a way that
it was said like it's always said. It was a shot.
Thank you.
Gunshot. Tick tock. So anyway, let me thank you. Good job, though. That was really great, man. And when I looked, I said, "Oh man, you got Claiborne." That gave my show a certain level of gravity. So I appreciate that. Whenever you bring your enormous intellectual heft and your just broad range of information, and
for some reason, all this sounds like BS. Is my mic on? Make sure my mic is on.
As I learned in de-escalation training, sincerity is not required.
Yes, as
you heard people go like, "I'm sorry." Oh, don't know if you mean it.
And I don't need you to mean it.
I don't know if you meant it.
You know, you need to be a salesman for Cranky Al's Donuts. If y'all have not had these donuts,
you gotta have them.
Oh my God!
But where I got to get to, because I used to work with the young lady, her husband, if it's still open, Donut Monsters.
Where's that at?
It's on Oakland, and every day he does different. Yeah, he does different types of donuts every day.
Donut Monsters.
Yeah, let me pull it. Make sure I got the right name, because it's interesting. During Fat Tuesday, I went thinking I won't get regular donuts.
Okay.
No, they had that whole. How you spell donut?
It's on the box. It's on.
That's a Dominican education for you.
Thursday's word. It's on the box.
Listen, Thursday's word. Oh, there's a D in it. Okay.
Don't like that bread. Like
donut.
And then the last part you should know well.
Yeah, Donut Monster. Actually has.
Mark, don't be an instigator. It's not.
He has 2 locations. One in Whitefish Bay and one in Milwaukee.
Is there a website?
Yep. There it is, right there.
Donut Monsters.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
look at
He got
ooh,
breakfast too.
look at that breakfast sandwich.
Okay, yeah.
Oh man, look at that! Look at that breakfast sandwich. I want a good breakfast sandwich.
Where you getting one from?
I don't know.
You know, I literally go to Corner Street Bakery and just buy bacon.
Okay.
I do. They look at me so because I'm like, hey, I just want some bacon and toast. That's all I want. I want real bacon.
Have you had? I'm sure you, because you lived in New York, you had the egg sandwich.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my God,
For
that is.
Yeah.
You know, if you can get it, I gotta, because I'm hypertensive, so I have to watch my sodium intake. But man, find a real good egg sandwich, man. And I don't like a lot of people like their eggs fried hard. I don't.
I do.
Really?
Like almost burnt up.
No,
It's so crispy.
no.
The white yolky part. I mean the white thing. It's so like the edges is just frayed. Oh my God, I love it. I cook mine like that.
Really?
Yeah, like you cut my eggs with a fork.
Oh man. Even if I do scrambled eggs, I don't want them runny, but I do want them soft. Yeah, I want them.
And like all of that though, like literally, and I've said this before, the yolk of an egg makes me throw up.
Mm-hmm.
So
not
when
whites?
I'm cooking, not when I'm cooking.
Okay.
I can deal with it, but if I'm eating and you like order sunny side up eggs, I'm going to the bathroom every time. I can't, like most
I
of
do
the time,
mine over easy.
Yeah. If there's anything running on that plate, my God.
That's the whole. That's when it explodes, man, and rolls into that bacon. Wait a minute. And then do
Byron shaking his head.
An avocado
you
toast.
You agree with me or you with them?
Yeah,
you like that runny crap? It's some raw eggs.
You do avocado toast?
I'm with you on that. I don't.
Yeah, the avocado, that's really great. Like an egg, the same way, maybe bacon or sausage. Just had a Kennedy moment.
Oh man, Kennedy got that from her dirty.
No. That came from Kennedy.
That came from you.
When she's
been around you her whole life.
That is true.
She know that show mess.
But when she does she really gets in her cancer feelings, and she's not gonna. She becomes like she shuts down.
And who else is a cancer?
Hey,
okay.
I say, hey Kennedy, how was school today? And she'll look at me and she'll go.
She get that from you. Turning that baby into a nerd. She get that from you. Thank God there's Rhonda to provide a level of swag.
No, well, a lot of that bushy is really Rhonda.
You can be bougie and not be a nerd. Rhonda's bougie.
What kind of roll is
nerd.
that?
What is that? What kind of what?
Roll is that? It looks like an English muffin.
Yeah.
You like English muffins? Yeah. Do you? They're a little too.
Yes, English.
I get the king one.
Oh, really? They're a little too airy for me.
They made these from scratch. They say.
Oh yeah, that the guy is.
Oh, that's the best part of an English muffin because you get the pockets, and then you have that butter in there, and it seep down into the pockets. You bite into that. Man, I'll take an English muffin over a bagel.
I don't know. Is that like syrup? What is?
Okay, he's on the website, y'all.
I'm on the website of Donut Mustard. And again, I know I work with the gentleman's wife that owns the place. He's black.
That's a brother. Oh, don't say it too loud.
No, is he? Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
Don't say it too loud.
Yeah. What? People won't go. All right, guys,
speaking of going, I went to the new soul food place up on Fond du Lac.
Jackson's.
I don't know what it's called. The red building. Jackson's. Yeah. I went there on yesterday.
How was it? Well, do we want to do that?
Because eventually somebody gonna ask. I love the mac and cheese. Like I could go back and just buy the mac and cheese.
Okay.
The smoked greens. I had greens with the little smoked turkey in it. They were good. They were good. I had fried pork chops, and the seasoning on the pork chops were great. I don't know if they had had made them and then they had kind of steamed them, because you know how pork chop can be like real firm when you buy it. Wasn't firm when I bit into it.
Well, if that's firm means it, I don't know, because that's the whole thing. How much do you cook? A lot of people like their pork chops fried hard.
No, yeah, and like I don't do fried hard.
Yeah,
I like that in between.
They like it fried,
but they were seasoned extremely well. The service, it went fast. I was pleasantly surprised with that. They were
on Center Street.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah. I don't know anything about this group.
They still there? Okay.
So they got 2 locations.
Yeah.
Beautifully manicured property. I drove up. I was like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. It is people that take pride. And if you take that kind of pride on the outside of your building,
yes,
I'm assuming that transfers to the inside and what you're doing. And so people were friendly. They got to fix that where you order from, because when the girl was talking, the static in there was about to bust my eardrums. They got to fix that. I told her when I went to the window, something going on with y'all speaker, but it was a good experience. It was overall, it was a good experience. So I got to go back and try some other stuff on the menu, but that mac and cheese, oh, I'm there for it.
What did Tim Mahone say? I like chocolate.
And somebody needs to say that. I'm talking.
I'm with him.
No, I'm talking to Doug at Clinton Rose. See, and Doug, for people that just know, is an older brother, throwback from another era. And so I said, yeah, I'm about to kill him on this. I said, he said, oh, I saw he had moved his seat because he was originally sitting and the sun was kind of getting on him, even though he was under the tent because of the angle. So he moved in. I said, oh, I see you got out that sun. He said, yeah, I ain't trying to get black. Oh, I lit him up.
Can we hear the drums? Can we hear those African drums?
I lit this Negro up.
They coming from all over the continent.
Here we go. You ain't trying to what? He said, see, he realized now that he walking right into the trap. You ain't trying to get black. I ain't trying to get skin burned. No, that ain't what you said. You said you ain't trying to get black. And so then at some point he says, well, I like my caramel skin. Oh my God. When I tell you fist fight,
oh Lord,
beat down,
Lord,
he had all of that coming.
Lord,
who says I like my caramel skin?
Lord,
I was like, really?
Lord.
Really?
That's funny. I was talking to someone and
but you always in a dark skinned woman face though. I like my caramel skin.
And I was telling my buddy, my buddy had passed, one of the guys I grew up with, and back in the day, this dude just had beautiful afro.
Okay,
it looked like
think
yours.
I heard you talk about it.
Yeah, no,
okay.
But it was just beautiful.
Okay.
And then my buddy said, yeah, he did have some good hair. So, Cliffy Parris said, all black people's hair is good hair.
Amen.
I mean, I wish we could never use good hair. Oh, he got some good hair.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the remnants of it is still prevalent. Dude said, I like my caramel skin. I said, you know what? Because you super old, I'm going to just let it go.
Super old.
I'm not going to physically
I
fight
remember
you
hearing the
here.
conversation the sister was having, and the one sister, a little bit lighter than me, and then this other sister is like your complexion, beautiful. And they were talking. She said, I'm so glad, the light skin sister, I'm so glad my baby didn't come out black.
Oh,
and my girl looked at her and said, and you say that to say what?
Exactly. Because I literally had to say to him, so what you saying?
Well, you like, just don't be hypersensitive.
I'm just saying, no, what you say? Come on, like man. we
know so we know blacker the berry.
But
sometimes
it doesn't matter.
Sweeter the
juice. Fact that colorism is still a thing.
It is.
And you got people that still perpetuate that.
Well, I don't
madness.
think that was his intention. I think it just didn't want to get sunburned. Yeah. The sun is hot.
Nah, then you say, I don't want to get sunburned. I don't want to get sunburned. Now I want to get black. It's two different things. Don't play with me. Don't try to cover up for your colleague.
In a book I read, and you read it, called Folks Like Us.
Yes.
The guy talked about how being from Louisiana, his grandmother wouldn't let them go out and play in the summertime during the day because
you might get darker.
All I try to do is there's some health benefits actually from the sun. But again, I grew up in a home where my mother, that was just considered, that was the epitome of beauty, was the darker you were in my mama's house, the more beautiful you were. And you know how my mama looks.
Yeah.
You know,
and like most black families, we run the color gamut.
Oh,
real
talk.
You had to make sure that everybody understood that they were valued and important. But yeah, it's people to this day, and like I said, particularly older people, but it's been passed down to younger people because I hear kids saying it.
My Aunt Willie.
And they will talk about a dark skinned person's skin so awful.
My Aunt Willie.
Just like, what is wrong with y'all?
When Gary came. Oh man, she just threw me to the curb.
Oh, really?
My little booger. Oh man. I'm sitting up here saying, now look. It's not my fault. But it's so interesting because in our family, it is my grandfather Brinkley, my mama Cliffy, and me.
That are the lighter.
A little lighter.
Everybody else is dark skin.
Everybody else. My wife commented. She saw my Aunt Barbara, and she said, "Boy, the older they get, the more they look alike." And only the same daddy and mama. The only difference was complexion.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, our family runs the gamut. I mean, we got.
And I tell people,
Everything.
like when dudes saying that, that's my baby because it looked like me. And I'm saying you might want to go through her phone because I bet you there's a whole bunch of dudes that look like you. Because everybody got a type now.
Do we have a type?
Yeah, but here's the thing about love.
I'm diverse.
If you truly fall in love with somebody, you will go against your type, your physical type.
Yeah.
Right. But if you go in the club, you already said what type of dude you think is fine, looking like Stringer Bell. That's your boy.
Do it.
What he Stringer Bell?
Yeah.
He was Stringer Bell. And so that and then a dude like me walk up going like, what's up?
Yeah, I mean,
keep moving. Keep moving.
And you know what? And as much as I don't want to admit that, like, I love dark skinned bros. I just do. And the blacker you are, the even prettier you are to be. But I got an affinity for tall brothers.
You know what I do? Clark, this is what I do to her. I was just reading.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
You know how you pull Michelle? I was just reading.
Smart overrules everything.
When I first
you can look like Sherman Hensley, but if you smart, boy, your chances, bumped Idris
Anthony
out the
Anderson
way.
is doing the remake.
I know.
Of the Jeffersons.
That's like, it's kind of crazy. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll see.
Oh, that's yes.
Yeah, but if you smart.
When I first met Michelle, she came in the door. It was just like, and the fact that her and Donna, literally, this is night and day.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. Her and Donna like night and day. And I could just tell. So, hey, Clark, I just had to run it on her. I'm smart.
So get up off me. You're gonna need to play ball up in here.
And then she looking like, so you a smart brother.
I tell people, like, I will put up with some nonsense if a brother is smart. Oh my
man.
God.
Same thing with women.
It is nothing
people
like
used to say, what's your type? Smart.
And I tell people this too. Even for some of the brothers that is superficial and all they looking at is looks.
Ouch.
But you can, but I have been in the room and watched that chick with that brain mess up the whole dynamic of the room because the brother is so intrigued at what she is saying and looking at her sideways that the pretty girl, you still sitting there, you arm candy, but the conversation is him and the sister that's brilliant. And so I'm just telling y'all, if you can, and you're fortunate enough to be both, be both.
What's that?
Smart and pretty. If you can be both. But
now,
if you can't be but one,
little Halloween girl.
You better not. You better not. You better not say nothing about that baby. You better not. You better not.
Little Halloween girl. I won't. You can't be round and nasty too. I'm just telling you, you cannot be round and nasty too.
Yes,
and look,
that's some brother now.
I get no, and I have an affinity for round, but I'm just telling you how the world is going to react to you. That little girl, how you had attitude at 9? Oh, she had this nasty little attitude at 9 years old.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
He's stuck on that.
I'm still stuck on that little girl. She'll be president of the United States. Oh man.
Well, thank you. I'm
dear.
getting ready to get out because I have not packed. I have not done anything.
Enjoy.
I appreciate you. I'm glad your mom is good.
When is the film festival? That's already happened, right?
No, that's happening. It already happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm missing it. It's happening this week.
Yeah.
So by the time I get there, but on Saturday, I will be at an event with Ketanji Jackson Brown.
Okay.
I am super duper.
Are the
excited.
Obamas still summering?
I don't know. I don't know. Jamal Bryant will be preaching or speaking when I'm there on Sunday.
That should be interesting.
So they bring in the bad boys, heavy hitters.
Didn't Al Sharpton do it one year?
Yeah, he did it.
Okay.
Joe Madison used to do a show from the Vineyard.
I have some pictures of Joe Madison. I was out for the Clergy March for Justice, and he was the MC at the King Memorial where we had the rally.
Heavy Joe Madison or Slim Joe Madison?
He was slim. I got pictures of him.
When he was heavy, I never knew he was that heavy before.
Yeah.
And then when I saw those pictures, I was just like, what? And I guess he had a health scare that made him get the weight under control.
I was watching Jeremiah Wright, and he had a stroke.
Yes.
And I was looking at, and he had just retired. And I was like, man, that don't look good. That don't look good at all. Or TD Jakes spoke at Morris Brown's commencement this year. You still could see the residual effects of that heart attack. You really could.
Really?
You really could see it. I mean,
in terms of speech or
his speech, the whole thing. And let me give him credit because a lot of people have ego. I'm gonna die. He was like, there's too many things I still want to do with my life.
Oh, yeah.
And to be able to walk away from that. Now, I'm praying for his daughter. Really praying for her.
Why you say that?
Oh, she's doing the primary preaching now. He turned the ministry over to her.
I
and
know,
her
but
husband.
why are you praying for
her? Those some big shoes to step into. Literally. All right, you're listening to you listen to Community Voice.
You always go left. You just can't never stay on the path. You just always.
I thought about that, and I said that's why you have to build a fence, because I do have free range intellect. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
voice on WNOV 860 AM and 106.5 FM with your host, Keith Parris.
All right, welcome back. Yeah, I that was it. Like I said, it was never, that whole complexion thing was never, it was never an issue. But like I said, you can go against type when somebody's smart. I mean, because that's the thing about how the creator created us, that we suspend things when we get into sexual attraction, right? And if you are sexually attracted to someone, and I'm not, and what I mean by that, sexually attractive, I'm not talking about the act of sex. I'm talking about whatever it is, like man meets woman, boom, 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 boom. I wasn't planning to stay. And you see, but you will suspend, and then hopefully when things kick in, they kick in. So 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. Clark, you got pretty good handwriting, man. I mean, I know that you got pretty good hand there, man.
Well, my handwriting come from, remember back in grade school, we had to do we had the paper that had the lines, you had to write the.
You one of the few dudes who, because most of the dudes be like, man, I still hate penmanship.
Well, I still got my penmanship.
You still got yours?
Yeah.
That was that whole discussion we were having, and I've had it with Dr. Myers, where we talk about this idea of, should we still be teaching cursive penmanship in school?
I think you should.
I mean, I just never liked it. I mean, I just never liked it. I didn't have the dexterity for it, but there are people out there with just beautiful, they say beautiful hand was short for handwriting, right? I had a supervisor, go. It was so beautiful the way, so, and it's almost an artistic expression, but now we're really getting into block, obviously with digital letters now, we're not as, you can electronically sign your name. Yeah. So speaking of, and just talking about electronics and digital, I don't know if anybody's seen War of the Worlds, Ice Cube.
I
was telling my boy about it. We was going, I said, Ice Cube, O'Shea Jackson Sr., has done an incredible job in terms of his career. When you think about some dudes from Compton and, probably one of the seminal groups of all time, NWA, and then you go and then begin to start doing cop shows and everything. But we were arguing, and here I am being educationally condescending, so I'm going to be fully transparent on where this attitude came from. And so here's the concept. Now look, I saw the original War of the Worlds with Gene Barry. The remake was done with Tom Cruise and Spielberg, and then they just did another remake here, 2025, that was done by Ice Cube. The concept is really thought-provoking, because the concept is that we have become so data dependent that if we lost data, society would basically collapse. And so, if you know what War of the Worlds were, the aliens came in, they had been planted in the ground, time comes, they come up, now in this instance, the monsters that you see, the aliens, are still in data. So they're going to data centers. They're wiping out the defense system so they can get to the data system, and then they steal all the data. As they steal the data out of those data centers, that means planes are falling out the sky, right? You can't get money, right? Because we are more dependent on electronic in terms of money than we are paper money. And so there's a scene where, because he works with the Homeland Security, His job is to monitor all of this stuff, what people are doing. And what he was saying was one which a lot of conspiracy would accuse brothers and sisters believe, that, we're being spied on, right? And it went on steroids when we did the Patriot Act, which then allowed the U.S. government to then go in and basically electronically eavesdrop. That thing called an algorithm on your phone, on your tablet, in your computer, that algorithm is data being collected based on the sites that you visit. Okay? If you're at Facebook and you don't do a whole privacy thing so now you're exposed. So I buy shoes online. I get a whole lot of Facebook advertising based on the shoes that I might buy online. So it got me to thinking, like, we should be concerned what happens if there's a major data breach. Michelle talked about it on her program. She talked about how United Airlines had to ground flights because they were having technical problems and people were getting bad messages. You can get a computer virus that gets into computer, you can shut everything down. I'm talking about stuff that you don't even think about it. One of the things that we've become dependent upon, which is a war technology, is GPS, right? The global positioning system. And basically it's satellites. There are satellites everywhere. When you make a phone call, you're bouncing them basically off of satellites, but they can monitor you. Now when you look at forensics of a crime, like, you have a computer in your car, and if you're in a car accident, that computer will tell you how fast you were traveling at the time of impact. That's crazy, but then we benefit from it because, wow, what did we do before GPS? What was it? Triptychs, right? Maps, MapQuest. Yeah, you old enough to remember MapQuest? Yeah, but now as you just put it in, I was asking, I had to drop my godson off, and I said, "Where is it?" So he just put the address in and showed it to me on the phone. Sent it to me on the phone. I put it in GPS, and boom, gets me there. All right, you listen to Community Voice. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Open the phone lines. We got a few minutes before our guests get here at the top of the hour. Clark and I and Byron were having this conversation, and I'm curious, is there a sweet, if you're a sweet eater, that you think you probably shouldn't have, but it's just hard to walk away from? It'd be calling your name. We gave the example of Pookie. Pookie. Pookie in New Jack City. But is there, I was telling, now this is strange. I say it all the time. Everybody knows I'm not a sweet eater, right? But I am particular to chocolate. If it's going to be a sweet, I like candy in terms of chocolate. I'm going to tell you one that it's hard for me just to eat one. Those turtles.
Yes.
Chocolate turtles. Oh man. You get that candy box. The first thing I'm going for is 2 boxes, because I'm going in, I'm looking for the turtle, man. I'm going right in. And again, I'm not a sweets guy. Of course, I tell them that my crack is Snickers bars. Man, I do. Snickers are because when I first, Clark and I was talking, I said, the first real candy bar I can remember that I really liked was Baby Ruth, right? Because that was the chocolate, caramel, and nuts, right? But dude, then it was the you know what? Yeah, you said Three Musketeers, right?
Yeah, I said Three
Musketeers.
Yeah.
And then they introduced the Snickers. And the world changed. The world changed when Snickers. Oh man! So I mean, to this day, I do Snickers, man. I mean, it's so. I don't know if you all have one out there. You shouldn't have. Just call your name.
You know what? The chocolate just keeps calling me. Calling me. Chocolate, man, just calling me.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that like. And again, and it's so I don't know where the weight came from, because it wasn't from candy. It wasn't from candy. Donuts. I had. Well, even like donuts, I'm really pedestrian in my donut taste. Like, I like the they call them black and tans. That's that chocolate covered cake. I used to be a real Crawlers fan, but it's just a little too sweet, a little too sugary. But back in the day, it was the Long John.
That's me.
It was a Long John.
Long John, I couldn't, man. I'd be mad if somebody take that last Long John out that cake.
When I was at 5th Street, there was two bakeries right there. Like, you have Locust. There's 2 bakeries there, 2 German bakeries. And so we used to call it skipping lunch, where you wouldn't actually go and eat. You go take your lunch. And so I would go there, and I didn't know no difference, man. We'd load up on those day old. I mean, you could get day old donuts, 2, 3 cent, 5 cent, 25 cent. Dude.
Keith, do you remember the donut place used to be on Center and
Houghton? Yeah.
Man, oh man, they
were
German. You walk past there, smell, man, you'll stop.
There was where I went to high school, Whitefish Bay, right there on Silver Spring. There was another German bakery, and we go up there before school. Yeah, right up going towards Lake Drive, between Santa Monica and Lake Drive. Yeah, those donuts. And at one point, on Villa. What was the name of that?
I can't think of it.
If anybody knows the name of the bakery there on Villa.
I used to, because I went to Edison, so I used to walk past there every day and smell it, man.
Oh man, we used to do work functions and go up there. And this is how the world has changed. They would leave the donuts on the loading dock. Really? They leave the load, and you pick up your big box. Well, nobody up there. But as you know,
us.
Thank you, Wilbert's. Thank you, Wilbert's. Yeah, but as you know, during COVID, we really was on an honor system. I don't know if people remember, you order carry out. It was called touchless. So they would put it on the thing, and you just go in and, Clark, and take take whatever your order was. And there's still some places that do that, but we post-COVID now, and I do to order food online. Sometimes you have to use like DoorDash, Uber Eats, depending on where you go. Okay, so I order something from a restaurant, right? They put your name on it, right? You got to put your name on it. Why would you think, though people will take your order, they know it's not theirs, they still will take your order, but why would you think that I would drive all the way down to your establishment just to steal a bag of food? Because literally that's what we're talking about. Yeah. And then how did I know, if this is a criminal enterprise, that the name was in Keith Parris's name? I mean, how would I know that? Now, if I use Keith Parris's credit card and did it, okay, that's how I would know. But how would I don't know, man. Yeah. Yeah, man, theft. It's like, but you're right, man. They're more leaning on the loading dock. No. And I was working, dude, we would drive from I was working on the south side. We drive from the south side all the way up to 35th, 36 in Villard. Yeah. And or 38, 37. That'd be like 37. Yeah. And we drive up there. Oh, let me shout out, man. Every year, National Bakery on the south side. National Bakery, man. Man, that filled cake that they do, dude. That is Greevy's is still open. I think they still might have a Greevy's.
It's over there about National.
Yeah.
Then they're still National.
Yeah.
I think National Greenfield, one of them.
Yeah, they were I don't know where this came from, but this is a tradition. How many of y'all know about ham and rolls?
Ham and rolls
on Sunday. That's a big deal for a lot of folks. If you go to Syndics on Sunday,
ham and roll,
and it'd be ham and rolls. People get the ham and rolls after church, after mass. Yep.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, you don't have your brewer gear on today, but shout out to the brewers.
Yeah,
still 4 up.
Hey, they still doing
but
it.
Oh, dude, last night Harris for the Braves, he hit a tape measure, man. On the 9th inning, they down to this dude hit a home run. I was like, what? And when it leaves the bat, you can hear the sound, but you knew, man, I think it was 453.
453?
453.
That must have been when I just missed.
Yeah, it was 9th inning.
Yeah.
And it was like, so they got the Mets. I think that starts either tonight or tomorrow. The Mets series. So that look at the Brewers, man. I'm on the bandwagon. I was telling somebody we got so close to a burger. We're paying attention. Now I got to see what those Cubbies are doing because it's between. Yeah, they won. Yeah, they won yesterday afternoon. And Brewers knew they won yesterday afternoon because they played an afternoon game. So when the Brewers played last night, they kind of knew what time it was in terms of, you got to win that game. I think the only thing that the Brewers lack is power.
Come on the swing.
Yeah, they don't. They can manufacture runs, but they don't have a 30, 40 home run person.
Oh, okay.
And that may or may not, because in the playoffs it really does come down to pitching. But go Brew Crew. Until you start losing, and then we all get off the bandwagon. Let me do a tease for tomorrow. I love Facebook. I get so many great ideas from Facebook. So tomorrow's question will be, if you're at the end of the ball game, who do you want to shoot the last shot? Who do you want to shoot the game winner? That's a tease for tomorrow. You all can think about that. Someone had asked that question on Facebook. I thought, yeah, I put my person in, so I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to tell you who I put in, who I would put the ball in their hands, or who I would have a lot of confidence in at the end of the ball game.
Is this now or older
Huh? Whomever.
It could be whoever.
It could be
Okay,
whomever,
got mine.
man. Who you want at the end of the ball game. At the end of the ball game to take that last shot. Now let's do this. If Keith is taking the last shot, who's injured?
Okay.
Because there's no way. I don't know if y'all remember that episode of Fresh Prince when he was just like the baller and Carlton was getting jealous of all the attention.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
So Carlton took it upon himself to take the last shot and missed. And his old man come up to him and he looked at him and he said, what were you thinking about? There's a movie. I love Will Ferrell, right? I'm a big Will Ferrell fan. Hopefully on my bucket list be able to meet Will Ferrell. But in Kicking and Screaming, this is a movie about a youth soccer coach. And this is it's always rags to riches, right? This little ragtag team figures out a way to win at the end. Life doesn't work that way, but okay. Great fantasy. And so this guy said, well, I got 2 players from you. And these kids were from Italy. They didn't speak any English, but they play a lot of football, a lot of soccer. And so they were really good. So to the point they were dominant. So he's having a sit down, getting them ready for the game. And he asked one kid, he said, basically, and I'm paraphrasing, what is our offensive strategy? They said, get the ball to the Italians. In other words, when you're in a situation where you're trying to win a game and you're doing da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, I believe that the ball should be in the hands of your best player. I'm just saying, when the game is on the line, it should be. There is no way Keith Parris, number 44, should be shooting the last shot. I am the 6th option. Oh man, we're gonna put the ball in Keith's hands. Oh no, we're not. All right, you're listening to Community Voice. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
AM and 106.5 FM with your host, Keith Parris.
All right, welcome back. Clark, I asked, who'd you vote for, man?
There you go, like Debo. Me.
Anybody out there who can admit now it's been more than a year, close to a year that you voted for Donald Trump? Phone lines are open. 414-444-5250. If you voted for Donald Trump, dude, oh my God, this dude, it's like, wow. And he don't drink, he don't do drugs. This is natural insanity. I mean, you're everywhere, and there's no one at this point who will say to him, man, you need to stop. They're because he don't have any guardrails. This idea that y'all think he's going to be able to modify his own behavior, it doesn't happen that way. And here he is next week. He's allegedly going to meet with Putin. Putin's still going to do what Putin wants to do. As a matter of fact, he's probably giving Putin a certain level of legitimacy, that the fact that he's even meeting with him with no conditions in terms of the Ukrainian war. Caller, you can call back 414. I was just going to get to you. 414-444-5250. 414-444-5250.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Would you just say that? How come won't nobody stand up and just say, man, you just, like you just said, why they just won't just say, dude, you
power.
What they got scared? I mean,
power. Power. Proximity to power. All right, man. Real quickly, caller. Let me get this call real quick because my guest is right. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Okay, so voted for Trump, and I knew what he was gonna do, knew what he was about, and everything. So, if I'm looking at a crook in the making, and it looks like his outcome will be a little bit better for those who are actually trying to do something and not, I don't want to say like living off the system or just everyday living. He changed the game. Yep, he did that. And he told you he was going to do it. So he was like, okay, cool. So to me, as an average individual, I should change my game to accordingly. Because if you playing by those rules, I need to understand and know these rules so I can at least level the playing field and be able to compete instead of being in the dark wondering what happened, when it happened, and how it happened.
All right. So you said you voted for him?
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you. Caller, welcome to the program.
Caller?
Hey, Keith.
What's
Good morning to you guys.
What's happening?
Man, Goodwill, they are not going to claim that.
Yeah, he just did.
He just did.
Huh?
He just did.
Well, I mean, I work downtown, and a lot of white people are so upset at him, and they're red in the face, but they will not call this station to admit it.
Okay.
It was all food. Like I said before, they knew of the cheating here in Milwaukee in that computer. I mean, the counting machine.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, brother.
He did say he did it. So we don't know what he looks like. We don't have an address. Can't roll up on him. So it's all good. You've heard the advertisement of the 27th annual Business Council Luncheon. Will be held on August 21st, next Thursday, 11:30, down at the Italian Community Center. And we're joined in studio by Mr. Sylvester Hamilton Jr. Good morning, man.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you all today?
I'm doing very well. I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Are you a Bucks fan?
I am definitely a Bucks fan.
So what you trying
Definitely
to
a Bucks fan.
Is he a Bucks fan? No, he got on this Bucks. Oh, you represent today too.
Right.
Oh, all right. Yeah, go.
Hey, that skin think alike.
Oh,
Ain't that the truth?
Oh,
You ain't wrong, bro.
we're gonna have a squirt gun fight up in there. Tom Jordan on the cruise every year would have light skin, dark skin, squirt gun.
Right.
So you with the business council? What's your role there?
Yes, sir. I have been in the role of program manager for the last 2 years.
Okay.
Prior to that, for 5 years, I operated as executive assistant, just under Marjorie Rucker. So, given the COVID climate and all of that, I think I picked up enough for her to trust me and their team to trust me to,
Are you,
assume
Milwaukee
the role.
native?
I am not. I'm actually from Chicago, but I've been in Milwaukee over 30 years. So Milwaukee is home.
All right, cool. All right. Thank you, because I know some folks from Chicago thinking they still in Chicago. Y'all stop wearing that red and black. You not in Chicago anymore?
Okay, so let me just put this out there. I am definitely a Bears fan. Die hard.
Oh, no.
Die hard.
Not the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Yes, sir.
My buddy called me. He's in Florida. He said, hey, man, I want to get his. Now, the guy grew up here, but he's a Bears fan. All right. I don't know how that happened. And he said, man, can you get him some Bears gear? Like, go to a sporting goods store. I called various sporting goods stores. And I'd ask, I said, hey, do you have any Bears? I couldn't even get Bears out. The hostility I got. If you want to buy any Bears gear, you have to go to Kenosha.
I was about to say the closest is Kenosha.
It's Kenosha. I mean, it is one of those things where when I was a kid, it was you. You knew your family was poor when you had a Bears helmet. And all that green and gold, you have a Lions helmet. You know, so all the Packers stuff must be gone, right?
Oh man, that's a blow there. That's a blow.
I've been here 30 years. It's one of those rivalries, that is really for a while. And I know you saw this. It's been here 30 years.
Oh yeah.
When the Bulls were the Bulls, I mean, the Bulls. And you would go to the Bradley Center, and when the Bulls play, half the place was red and black.
Over half.
Yeah. You be going, but then the Bucks got good.
Right.
Then, it changed. But, man, it's something you will not see. You rarely watch a Bears-Packer game from Soldier Field and see how much green and gold you see.
Man, it is so much green and gold.
Really?
Yes. Listen, the Packers fans travel very well.
Travel well.
And remember, Packer fans are kind of arrogant. They call Soldier Field Lambeau South. So they travel.
Well, we've been older. We've been older than Bears.
Nah. Historically, we almost 50-50.
Right. When you look at the actual record.
Right.
But, it was because we had to deal with the Bears in the 80s. They were the beast.
Hey, the monsters of the Midway.
Monsters of the Midway, man.
Yes, sir.
So when you talk about what's your role there? You said the program. So what is it in terms of outreach or?
So it entails quite a few things. It entails overseeing a couple of our different programs, one including the Lou McGlothie Memorial Scholarship, as well as assisting and putting together the strategic partnership luncheon every year. Just let me put this out there real quick. I just want to congratulate A60 WNOV. You guys are the strategic partner of the year, not only for what you do, here, but also for what you do and the impact in the community. So thank you guys for that. Excuse me. But we also have various other programs such as our Business Connection program. I have the opportunity to actually pick up some jewels and learn how that works. So that's one of those things, as well as a lot of economic development opportunities and learning what that looks like as well. So quite a few different hats.
I'm looking at this, it's interesting called Strategic Luncheon. I think it's really important this year.
You have no idea.
Man, I kept thinking because part of what you do is with Black and diverse businesses, getting them with corporations, right?
Yes, indeed.
And with this pullback of DEI, how much more difficult that's going to be. So how do businesses navigate this new landscape?
So here's the thing about that, and this is why we're bringing Roland Martin back as our keynote this year. So a couple years ago when he came in, that was the conversation, the what if. There's a very strong possibility that there would be a lot of pullback on DEI. We had our elections, and lo and behold, now it's like, these are like, it's a bad acronym now all of a sudden, right? So the return this year is to come in, continue that conversation from a standpoint of, well, hey, it's happened. Now, how do we navigate? So that's exactly what this conversation is about this year.
And I was there. I remember his conversation, and you get people who, well, the sky ain't falling yet, right? Because we're so in the moment.
Right.
We don't realize this moment changes. And now, I'm sorry to be so repetitive, but to say the landscape has changed, literally it has.
It has. And I believe one of the major concerns that we really need to put our eyes on is that there are a lot of people, more so younger people, who are not really focusing. They're not paying attention to what this looks like on a larger scale, not just here in Milwaukee, but nationally, globally, and what that looks like for young professionals that are, coming out of college and coming into their own, and creating their own lanes, new entrepreneurs, what these things look like. We specialize in dealing with small business, and these are all entrepreneurs. Right. So we have to be able to assist them in this navigation process.
I was right after, and I only mentioned it, and it's been 5 years, but after George Floyd said, oh man, if you were in a corporate suite and you were black, it got good.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how quickly that political pendulum can shift.
Yes.
It just to the point, like, wow. And I'm watching this in real time now, and you're going, whoa, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
So it's important, one, that obviously this supports scholarships, right?
Definitely.
But it's important, I think, people be in the room to hear this conversation.
Yes, indeed it is. Again, just due to the fact that, the climate is changing so quickly. We have to be able to adapt and keep up with those times, and make sure that we have a voice in our communities to be able to continue to create our businesses, scale those businesses, grow, expand, and we just need to make sure that we're present and we are attentive to what's going on.
How important are organizations like the Business Council?
They are absolutely vital. I believe like every metropolis, if they have an ethnic and diverse, almost all do, if they have that community, they need something like this, because again, our position is to, create the programs to help speak the language, to be able to connect with these larger businesses and these larger corporations. So it's extremely important.
Do you think, when people pull back, a great example is Target is really suffering.
Yeah,
it really. I mean, so let me shout out, folks. I'm telling you, it's killing my wife. She can't go to she can't go to Target. It's
right.
Killing her, right? I mean, but it has had some impact.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things, and this is a little bit of history, y'all. Back in the early 60s, Coca-Cola, based on this racist inception, to the point, what's my guy's name? Cobb, remember the baseball player?
Ty
Cobb. He invested, he became a millionaire because of Coca-Cola. In the early 60s, it was Pepsi-Cola who saw the black market.
Right.
And began to advertise using black folks and targeting black folks. Do you think that, in spite of what people were saying when they could look at and this whole thing of DEI, black people still make up significant customer bases of a lot of these companies? Do you think that they're going to begin to realize, I think Target's beginning to realize it's impacted there? Look, Target brought that to us. We didn't go to Target demanding that. Target, obviously, because it's based in Minnesota, George Floyd happened there in Minneapolis, but that was something that Target brought. And I was impressed that people are mindful of that. But do you think, because our market is still an important market, we spend money. We're a consumer
over 3 trillion, in this country that we spend. And I believe that it's important for us to be attentive to where we spend, and whom we spend with. Um, I think that's one of the benefits of working with all of these ethnic and diverse businesses. We have the opportunity to work with them, and not only that, we shop with them, we promote them, we market them, and I think that's a major plug that's necessary with everything that's going on. We have to make sure that we keep our dollars, we have to recycle these dollars, and we have to make sure that they stay within our communities a little longer.
So let's talk about the luncheon.
Let's talk about it.
First of all, you want to shout out the sponsors of this?
Again, shout out to you guys. Again, being who you guys are and what you're doing, what you've been doing for 60 plus years. We have Associated Bank. We have numerous other partners.
WEDC,
definitely WEDC,
Brewers Community Foundation.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much.
Shout
out Brewers Community Foundation. I almost rocked the Brewers today.
Oh man! Hey, you know what? We can wear that with pride right now. They're winning.
Yeah.
How about the irony? Well. Who we going on those Cubbies? Yeah. It's interesting. I know we get back to this real quick,
right.
but when the Brewers first started, we were in the American League.
Yes.
So our nemesis was from the South Side. It was them White Sox.
The Sox.
And when the Sox fans would come to Milwaukee, it was more stuff going on in the stands that was going on in the game. You had to love it. I think now we're beginning to develop a rivalry with the Cubs.
I'll say this. When the Cubs won it, the rivalry got really strong. The Sox aren't doing, I'm from the West Side, so
okay.
Definitely.
So the first of all, are there still tickets available?
There are still tickets available. We are about 75% at capacity. Right now, you can go online at tbcmke.events to purchase a ticket. And, we also have an option for you to purchase a single ticket, or shout out Fresh Coast Jazz Festival as another sponsor. You can also purchase dual tickets for the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival that following Saturday. Right. So you can go there and do that. And if there are any issues, because I noticed that I actually got a phone call this morning, if there are any hiccups with registering online, give me a call. We have multiple methods of being able to register you apart from online. So,
man, it's always, I think you just want to be there to hear Roland Martin.
Roland Martin is definitely the highlight because, again, this is a part 2, but there are other things that are going on. We have the opportunity to share the stories of some of these businesses. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, the Lou McGlothie Memorial Scholarship recipients will be there. So it's just a good time to highlight some good and great work going on in the city as well as in the state, and to address issues that affect us all nationally.
So for tickets, people can go to
tbcmke.events.
And again, that is the 27th annual Business Council Luncheon being held at the Italian Community Center on next Thursday, August 21st from 11:30 to 1:30. It's always a great event. I've had the great pleasure of being able to go to the last 5 or 6 of them. So since I've been here,
it's always a good time.
It's always a good time. Appreciate that. Appreciate, man, good. Meeting you, I've seen you, but really, man, great having a conversation.
Well,
with
thank you, sir. I try to stay in the background. I do what I do, and we just want to make sure that these ethnic and diverse businesses get a fair shake at what's going on. So it's definitely something I've grown to love, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to connect more with people in this community.
Mr. Sylvester Hamilton Jr., thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're listening to Community Voice Calling. You just stay right where you are. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. But that's always cool. I always love when people just kind of hang and just chill. Caller, welcome to the program. Hello.
Good morning.
What's happening?
I want to mention the DoorDash situation the other day.
Oh.
You hear about it? The order came to the woman's house.
Yeah.
Tore up her car.
Did she ever get the order?
Huh?
She never got the order, right?
Right. So she came to the woman's house. She had a serious, in my opinion, mental health issue, anxiety, and whatever.
Right.
You know, and when she came to the woman's house, the woman said she had a Ring doorbell. So instead of the woman answering the woman, she could talk to the woman through the doorbell. Right. So she should have told the woman that she had an order in the car, and all that could have been avoided.
Why couldn't she just left the order on the stairs and just kept going? Take a picture of it that you left the order and keep moving.
Yeah, I mean, they do that a lot of time. I don't know why she didn't do that. She said she lost the information on the phone, so she didn't know the address. That's what she said.
Okay. Was it really worth it though?
No, it wasn't worth it because the order was only less than $20, and she done did $6,000. Like I say, she had the woman with the order.
I'm not being pejorative nor stereotype, but when black women get mad at you, they gonna tear up your car. They gonna tear up your car.
Right.
They gonna kid a brick coming through your window. Did somebody write a song about a brick coming through a window? Man, sure don't upset black women with a car, because your car, the insurance company is going to total that car. Oh man, what was it? Was that Friday? Next Friday, right? When the girl keyed Day-Day's car?
Yeah.
That long key.
She keyed it, she bricked it.
The brick was still. Again, we're not being stereotypical and we're not being pejorative. I'm just saying. And when I said it, I noticed the recognition that brothers had. Like, yeah. Shoot. Don't leave. She gonna go where it hurt, because you love your car.
Oh, yeah.
Don't remind me.
It's usually the most expensive asset next to home. So.
In home.
Yep, man. You put it on, just washed it. Just drove through Misters. Oh man. All right, man. Appreciate you, cuz. Oh man, no, I mean it'd be like, whew, boy, the worst thing that ever happened for stalking was Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attraction became the instructional film for stalking. I mean, it was, but no, that brick through your window. Who did the song? So I put a brick through your window. Jasmine Sullivan.
When that song came out, I thought it was the most tasteless thing ever, right? I was offended. Like, can't get no play in my ride. Jasmine who? And I believe that was the first song I ever heard from that lady.
Yeah.
And she's an excellent artist, but that there,
you were offended by it,
man. She created the first Hot Girl Summer, man.
Right, man.
Can I say so? When that song came out, every woman was singing that song.
Oh yeah,
everyone was singing that song.
Yeah.
And they look at a certain man just singing that song.
And look at that cop too, and looking around for a brick.
Where they find the bricks? Is there?
It's Cream City, man. They're everywhere.
Everywhere. I know when I was a kid, man, there was always a brick, right?
Always.
Your instructions when you left the house. Okay, if they bigger than you, pick something up. Right, usually a brick. And I don't know, all these used bricks out there. Oh my God. So what the Bears looking like this year, man?
You know what? We're gonna see.
Caleb Williams, what, third year?
Second, third year.
Yeah, second, third year.
We're gonna see. I haven't really, like with everything going on right now,
right.
I haven't really even had the time or the energy. I usually take in the game.
Right.
And yeah, it's not even looking, too promising right now.
A couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to actually go to a football game at Soldier Field.
Mm-hmm.
It was Notre Dame, Wisconsin. Okay. And wow, that's an interesting stadium.
It's iconic. It's the build is strange.
I know what, because they built that whole facade on top of the facade.
Right. The build is strange, but when you go in there, just like I mean, I've spent more time at Titletown than I have at Soldier Field.
Okay.
And of course they're night and day, but you still get that feel of legacy when you come in there, and it's a beautiful
and it smells. I love the grass. We have pretty good seats, so we could actually smell the grass. But man, no, that I've never been. I was in Chicago Stadium, actually not for a game, for a concert.
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue how huge that building was.
Massive. Until
they brought the lights up. And it was
look around.
And it's real interesting because like the way the Bradley Center was built, the way Fiserv is built, you have an atrium. You walk in right off the street.
Yep.
You literally you can walk right into, because they figured out a way to get all those seats up, because they got 3 levels of luxury boxes.
Yep.
That and Chicago's is, and let me, Chicago's become more and more sophisticated.
Definitely.
It really, in terms of the offering of the arts, all the different things that you can do down there. And so but what I always have to adjust to a scale. I'm used to Milwaukee. Now I go to, this is bigger than Milwaukee. So then you have to, and of course, sticker shock.
Yeah.
You
park at $50 an hour, man.
Man, real talk. And if you do Chicago, then go to New York.
I was about to say, if you can do Chicago, you can do anywhere else.
You can do it places, because and let me ask you this in terms of the business piece. So I'm assuming that the wages support those prices.
Oh, definitely.
The wage,
definitely. But I believe like anywhere else, it's all about cost of living.
Right.
So they definitely do. But interestingly enough, like even here, the minimum wage is still very low.
Right.
It's very low. So unless you're a professional or you're running your own business, I still believe that the ability to survive off of one income is impossible. And I think that's anywhere. So but yeah, their cost of living is higher. So yeah, the wages are definitely higher.
What do you think? Again, we're talking about businesses. Some of the economic things are going to impact some of these smaller businesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get political, but I'm just saying, let's just talk about what the economics is looking like. They were talking about like stores like Dollar General.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be tough for them. But I'm thinking about if you're an entrepreneur right now, trying, to do your business, just the cost of business has gone up.
Yes. Again, with the political climate and everything that's going on, let's just put it out there. Let's just take the tariffs, right? Most of us are feeling it in one way or another, whether we recognize it or not. Now you have small businesses and micro businesses that are directly purchasing from these places that have been hit with these tariffs, right? And some of them get pretty high. So when they receive this and they go to present these goods and services here, that all falls on us because they still have a living to make. And it's already tricky because for small business and black business, we tend to have a higher price for our products because we don't have the buying power. So
and then the other thing is that there is that tax and not the taxes, but the cost you might have to do security.
Yes.
There's other things, a higher cost in terms of your insurance, right?
Yes.
Most companies cannot absorb a whole lot of theft, but you certainly can absorb no theft.
Right.
So it's all those things that makes it. So I guess when we were talking about it, it engendered in my mind, asked the question, is it still a good time to start a business?
I would say anytime you have the opportunity to be able to start to take your idea or your dream and bring it to fruition, I would say it's a good time. But you also have to be financially aware of what's going on, what it looks like to try to create whatever it is you're looking to build. It's just like purchasing a home or a car. There's soft market, there's hard market, there's that timing. But I would say right now, it might be a little more difficult, but I would still say it's a good time. Anytime is a good time to start your own business. Right. I believe that.
we just recently went and got a new car. And oh no, but you know what was interesting? They weren't giving the car away, but they were trying to put us in a car.
Oh yeah,
because when we went back to look at the car, I said, "Well, where are all these cars?" I said, "This is our inventory right now."
Right.
Now go back to remember COVID.
Oh yeah,
and there were no cars.
Right.
And if you had a used car,
they were on it. I'm still getting calls for a vehicle I don't even have anymore. I'm still getting calls.
Did you do it on? We sold my mom's. We did it on Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
There are people always trying to steal.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gaming, man. I should say everybody. I'm sorry, but people out there. But man, it got to because people couldn't afford or they weren't. Well, no, we also had an issue too with the supply chain, and a lot of it was because of the microchips that went into the car.
Chip. Right. And especially now you have to factor in something else. And not to give them any promotion or marketing or glory, but Kia Boys,
right?
They had a major effect on that and those chips. That was part of all of that. So when they started to first of all, the vehicles were built without them and they should have already been there.
Right.
So then you get to a point where now all of these cars are being stolen. There's a liability issue there. You have cars being stolen off of lots. Now you have the companies being sued for these issues. Now all of a sudden you need these chips and you don't have anyone to produce them because everyone's at home.
Right.
Sheltering in place.
Right.
So it turned into an ugly thing. So yeah, you're right. There were cars everywhere.
Yeah, and people couldn't buy it, so they got the used ones. The used cars really became the market where you go out. I learned a little. I'm not a business guy per se. I'm not. I don't want to haggle. I don't want to sit there and negotiate with you. I'm not trying to do the art of the deal. Can I get the car? What's going to cost? Let's move on. Well, other people they really like going in and doing that negotiating. That's a gift in my mind.
Oh, yeah.
People can be that transactional. I'm not. But to be able to see what's going to happen in the types of business. Let me ask one other question. Do you think, as descendants of enslaved African people who go into business, we need to diversify the businesses that we go into?
Nope.
Okay. Why not?
I don't believe we do because I feel like we owe it to each other.
Okay.
To be able to create a product and brands that are for us and by us.
Okay.
And it's just my personal opinion. Mm-hmm. As a micro business owner myself, my micro business is geared strictly to us and for us. So that's my mindset. And my supply chain looks like us.
Okay.
So as much as possible. But that's just me. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you need to diversify if you're going to look to truly scale and grow. Depending on what your market looks like and what you want it to be later on down the line, it's required. Personally, I don't know
and I guess maybe I should have been more specific. I don't know if we need another barbershop. I don't know if we need.
We do not.
Shop.
Okay, fair enough. Right.
That's what I'm.
So yes, we do. In that sense, we definitely need to keep up with the times.
Right.
But that also requires for us to become more educated on what it is that's going on. One of the things that's huge right now is tech.
Yeah.
And we need to infiltrate those areas to be able to start to understand that there are different avenues to create a legacy and to create these streams of income. I don't think we need another podcast. I believe that every conversation that they're going to be had one way or another, whether it's in that old barbershop or whether it's at a radio station. I don't believe that we need another podcast, but I do believe that we need our children to be aware of what's going on in the realm of STEM. I believe that these are things that we should require. When you say diversify, do we need to diversify? I feel like we should have an education system for us that focuses on these kinds of opportunities. And again, just given the current political climate, these things will never happen.
How important is it to expose young people to business? And the term I'm hating is entrepreneurship. I hate the term.
Okay.
I mean, it's just been worn out. Don't even, but in terms of really business,
it's absolutely mandatory. And the reason it is because everyone isn't a traditional learner.
Right.
Okay. Everyone isn't going to be able to sit, receive, and regurgitate instruction. So to get away from the word you hate, we must be able to introduce them to different avenues of income, because the fact of the matter is, if you don't work, you don't eat. So, and another thing we need to do is we need to start to learn how to identify, access, and foster those gifts that we see in our children, which means we need to take the time to really get to learn them. And the thing about, the school system is, your children are in school 8 hours of the day. There are people who are not related to you that know your children better than you do, just like you know a co-worker better than you know your children.
Mhm.
So these are things that need to be addressed, and this is how we diversify.
You think that's something where, I know we do as a Hustle and Grow, Radonna Rogers and the worksheet, but more efforts like that where our kids especially, it's exposed to it, whether you aspire to it or not. Okay, but you can't aspire to anything you haven't been exposed to.
Exactly.
So how just being able to see. I know when I used to go to, I was in primarily in public school, we would go visit a dairy. Like, why am I visiting a dairy? I began to expand because we went to the dairy, and then we went to like a dairy farm, I'm sorry. And then we went to a dairy, and then go, oh, here's this connection, right?
Supply chain.
So be able to I just wonder what, because I think we need to expose our kids to as much as possible.
Definitely. That's a major concern. And I've always been big on that with my children. I try to expose them to as much of the world as possible, to different opportunities and things of that nature. They're young adults now, but shout out to Marquette University Upward Bound. Like, they made sure we saw things. We saw different colleges and universities, different companies, different businesses. We were exposed to all of that, and I made sure that my daughter was exposed to that as well, because as long as you have the opportunity to see that there are different avenues that you have the ability to take, you have options. One of the things about this city, and I love Milwaukee, but one of the things about this city is that it is so easy to get put in a silo, and it's so easy to fit the description so folks will look at you and assume usually the worst, especially when it comes to this brown skin and this black skin
and male.
Now, and honestly, again, it's the fitting of the description. I know some amazing young brothers with dreads, and it's one of those things, like, I see it like downtown. Our offices are downtown. You see these young brothers come through, man, and you will see people that don't look like us look at them weird, cross the street, things of that nature, not even knowing that this dude is on his way to go make a real transaction down the street at the bank. But I believe that's one of those things here that we really need to address and try to get around, is the ability to silo everybody. And again, I believe that begins with exposing them to different things, and teaching our children to speak properly. Code switch, if you will. Personally, I feel like I've been doing what I've been doing long enough to not even have to do it. What you see is what you get, but I believe that that's something that is earned. But we need to be able to teach our children, and to put into them, instill in them that proper English is mandatory. And to take it even a step further, we are in a very diverse and hyper segregated city. Take the time to pick up Spanish, learn another language. These are the things that we need to address.
If they said field trip, my mama had us ready. I'm serious. My mama, any chance we got to go someplace and to experience things, she wanted us to be exposed. Like buddies, we go over to UWM, play basketball. I saw a college campus.
Yep.
I had to learn that college is more than the student union and the gym, but
right.
Oh man, is this what they do all day? Play basketball, hang out the student union? Oh no, there's things called classrooms and libraries. But no, I mean, just you. I say it all the time. I used to be a college recruiter, and there was a saying: You cannot go to Harvard if you do not know Harvard exists.
Very true.
And there are things that purposely that if you're not exposed to, you just don't know. And I appreciate what you talk about with silos, because we really do. We just kind of, this is my world. And I'm saying, man, the world is bigger than your block.
And that's the sad truth. I mean, like, I know some young men that was born and raised in my neighborhood on my block, never even left a 1 mile radius, and died on the same block they came home in Swaddling's in. And again, it's sad, but that again goes to making sure that you expose the youth to something different than what they are accustomed to.
You said something else too. Knowledge is not white.
No.
The guy who was on the Cosby Show, he played, no, not Lisa. Who's the oldest daughter? He married the oldest. No, he married Lisa Bonet, right? He was in the Navy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And he wrote a book, because he grew up in Denver, where he said that he went from all white school to a black school to say, you sound like a white boy. That was the name of his book. And he was trying to make this argument for conservatism. It wasn't that. I think the argument, if I would have made, was it doesn't matter what I sound like, because I have to sound like this because I'm in an environment where this is where, and I know you hate to hear it, this is how I'm supposed to sound, right? I'm trying to communicate. If I'm at Dominican, there's certain speech patterns and things that happen there. When I get back to Fifth, okay, you talk about code switching, right? But to understand that because you're smart, because you are well educated, it ain't gonna make you white.
It sure ain't.
Well, what if your parents is proper smart and you pick up after them? So,
oh man,
in my opinion, that means you have a leg up in the world, right? Because at the end of the day, as long as you can speak proper English, there should never be a language barrier in English. Right. How is this possible when, first of all, English is one of the most confusing languages ever,
and especially American English.
Right, and we all have our own different slang, ebonics, and we have our own languages. From community to community. I could say something here that a guy I stayed in Memphis. They said things that I had never heard, really? And I sounded like a white boy to them. And then when I came home, I sounded like I was from the country here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a tough time finding a time machine down in?
What's a time machine?
What about that bubbler? Could you find a bubbler?
Ain't no bubblers down there either.
They be going like a time machine. What you talking about?
Go to the teller machine and find a fountain. Find you a water fountain.
Let's see if you really know. You've been here a minute. What we call Air Force Ones in Milwaukee.
Dookies, man.
All right, appreciate you, man. You've been here long enough.
I'm not even a fan of how they fit, but I keep a pair.
I keep a pair. Nike's most popular shoe.
Hey, keep them.
Okay, you got a black one with me. You in business today?
Oh, with a splash of blue. So I have two pair of those. I have the tan. I have a pair of like nubuck, like tan, and I have a black and orange pair.
I gotta add that now, because when I got back from Maryland, those were desert boots. They were square-toed desert boots.
Yeah.
They go, nah, man, those are hustlers. Those are hustlers.
Hey, and you go to New York, they still wallabies. You know what I'm saying? They still wallabies. Yeah.
This is Sylvester Hamilton of Business Council, man. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you guys, man. Over there,
Debo, Byron, thank you. Appreciate you. Clark, thank you, man. And again, Michelle, thank you, dear. Enjoy your birthday. Hey, good Lord willing, creek don't rise. Oh, what's the teaser for tomorrow? At the end of the game, what player you want to take the last shot? We go, y'all get it ready. Clark was already doing some research. He said he got his.
I might have to call in on that one.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Good Lord willing, creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody tomorrow. And as always,